It's Fish at 6, and we are live. TGIF is what the kids like to call it. Thank God it's Fish. And we will get it done from the kitchen. We've been in Frisco, of course, and at the Star all day long with our nose pressed up against the glass. And we will walk you through the Cowboys' day. We'll walk you through, one player called it ticked. But I had a conversation with another player who shall remain nameless for now, who says, speaking for the locker room, we're pissed. Okay? We're pissed. And I do not have permission to tell you the identity of that person. And so, but I'm working. I would, maybe after the game, if things work out. The Cowboys are trying to stay in their lane as they prepare for the 49ers. Stay in their lane in terms of the things they say. Even Tank Lawrence is falling somewhere short of being outrageous. They are taking their cues from Dak and Mac. Let's be confident, but let's not be stupid about it. Your questions, your comments, and yes, your criticisms, all welcome here on the Mike Fisher program as we take you inside the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboy Nation, looks like we're gonna get to 44,000 in Cowboy Nation by tonight at midnight. The original goal that Marcia set for me, or she said no lunch for you, lunch. That's a metaphor. Fish, you got to get to 45,000 on Friday or no lunch for you. So we are at 43,700. We need 300 Cowboy fans in the next 6 hours to subscribe. It's free. It's delightful. And you get dings. So please hit the like button. That tells the algorithms here on YouTube, get out the way. Get out the way. And tells Cowboy Nation what we're doing here. Right now, there's thousands of people here and almost dozens of people who hit the like button. So right now, would 20 of you please hit the like button on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Once again tonight, I'm having salmon and peanuts. And Marcia got me peanuts with no salt on them. Wonk, wonk. Let's go through your Cowboys day, and we'll do this, of course, with your comments and your questions and your criticisms as well. If you want to guarantee your participation, the Bree Fund is for that. The Super Chat is the YouTube function that is set up here, and we call it the Bree Fund. All that money goes straight to the 75-member staff, and so they can do their makeup and get their Botox and go to the gym and do all the things that makes Richie Witt, IndyCar Tim, Dalton Trigg, Matt Galatson, Bree Amaranthus, Lando, our entire 75-member staff look good, feel good. You know, if you look good, you play good. That's what they say. Item, Micah is a finalist for Rookie of the Year. That's not a shock. Listen to the really good competition. Najee, Mac, Pitts, Waddle, Chase. In a normal year, Najee Harris is Rookie of the Year kind of guy. In a normal year, Pitts, Waddle, Chase, Mac Jones. This ain't no normal year. This is going to be a Micah Parsons, a runaway. Item. Part of the reason is he just got voted All-Pro. The rookie makes All-Pro. 50 voters. I used to be one of those voters. They took my vote away. No, they didn't take it away. I just faded away onto YouTube. 50 voters. 46 of them picked Micah. 46 of them picked Zach Martin. Zach Martin, you know, a member of that definitely beatable offensive line. If you are new here, you're going to realize when our old motto that we've covered the NFL for 40 years now. Okay, really? Yeah, 40 years, almost 40 years. Yeah. If a blade of grass at the Star moves, we cover it. And so that's why Earlier today, I had to pull my car over at the Star and do a video on a move that just happened. You can go find that video. Just look around here. You can also see me walking around with Micah Parsons on the very first day he came here. You can see me having dinner with Des Bryant. You can see me going to Michael Irvin's house and just sitting in his office and making fun of him. You can see our cat. And when I say our, I mean her cat, always in the background, rooting for the Jaguars, of course. Micah All-Pro, Zach All-Pro, Diggs gets 33 of the 50 votes. He makes All-Pro. Kind of an honorable mention for Brian Anger and an honorable mention for Tyron Smith. And yes, we will get to Nick Bosa versus Tyron and company momentarily. As we told you earlier today, and we've been kind of leading you up to this for the last couple of days, Keanu Neal is a no-go for Sunday. 49ers, Cowboys, 3:30, AT&T Stadium. Be there. By the way, I think we probably should do this. I need to know, are there going to be 5 of us or 50 of us who are going to show up at 1 o'clock? And by the way, it's not officially called Jerry's Beer Garden. I just call it that. It's the Miller Lighthouse. It's what it's called. And over by the trash cans, near the doors to get in the stadium, we're going to meet. I don't know if it's going to be 5 of us or 50 of us. If you have to have a ticket to the game, if you are going to the game Friday and you want to Sunday and you want to come and you're committed to the idea that, yeah, I'll come down there, then will you please say so here? And so we can kind of get a head count. We're going to have 5. That's fine. If there's 5 people, we're going to do 5 elbow bumps, 5 mask pictures, and watch the Buccaneers lose to the Eagles. If it's 50 of us, we'll do the same thing. But do let me know. Keanu Neal is out. Chest and elbow just did not come around. This is a thing. Consider the trickle-down effect. First guy it affects, it has 3 impacts. That's right, 3 things. Thing number 1, the trickle-down effect on Micah. The more that Keanu Neal was available, the more Micah could have gone and done something more than be off ball. Now, might change things a little bit. The mock game is an issue we will get to, and I'll explain how that kind of works and how that comes into play. 2, Leighton Vander Esch, who had the second half of Leighton Vander Esch's year was a good year. Can we all agree on that? Now, I don't know. I think somebody's been stumping for him. It's really funny. You see on Twitter at the same time, you see like 30 reporters all say, oh, Leighton Vander Esch has a really good year. And you're like, so he texted all 30 of you guys too, huh? It's funny. But he had a perfectly fine second half of the year. But the demands on Leighton Vander Esch in this game just accelerated. And then thing number 3, Jaron curse. As in the Babe Ruth curse, the Jimmy Johnson curse. Curse. Fish, not Kierce, you moron. Curse. More of curse down in the box? Can you have curse down in the box and also have him on Kittle, which takes us to I'm ticked off. Curse, no dummy, does not step out of line with these comments as he visits with us, the media in Frisco. He just says, I'm ticked off. I'm hearing Kittle this and Kittle that. He goes, I got to deal with Kittle, which, by the way, we told you this on Monday. This is very game planning. From the very start, they're like, okay, we got that guy. Now, I think Micah on Kittle is in play too, but curse on Kittle is central to the game plan. But now you're going to have to ask a little bit more of curse because there's no Keanu. Keanu Neal, a very versatile defensive guy, a safety playing linebacker, playing safety playing linebacker, and curse is the same way. Those are your 3 trickle downs on Keanu Neal being out. Cali guy, Nando. Guys, I'm worried. You should be. This is the fun of the playoffs. The fun of the playoffs isn't being favored by 40. I mean, that's a different kind of fun, but that's not this kind of fun. Michael J., good evening, Fish. I've got my snack and my drink. I'm ready for some straight dope. If you are new here, first of all, you'll notice the exquisite lighting, but you'll also notice no bells and whistles. I tried, Law Nation and the great Skywalker Steel tried to, and Kavanaugh. Hey, you put a banner down here and you put an ad over here and you put the phone number. I don't know. I'm just, if you've noticed, I sit at the Star in Frisco and I talk to you. I go out and sit in my car when it occurs to me or when something happens and I talk to you. And most of all, I sit in the kitchen and wait for Marcia to come home from taking care of her father. And I talk to you. And that's probably the way we're going to do it. Now, I have had some conversations. I will just tell you, with one of the best, I'm going to say 2 of the best insiders in the country are talking about joining Fish Nation, if you will. Speaking of Fish Nation, how would you like some merchandise? You want a straight bull, no straight dope, no BULLSH t-shirt? Got him. Coffee mug? Got him. Travel Yeti kind of a mug? Working on it, I think. And Broken Halo has those for you. Go to, Fish Sports Network.com and gobble it up. It's good stuff. And by the way, the shirts, we had a good talk, me and Broken Halo. I said, nobody wants to wear cotton anymore. It needs to be athletic, breathy, the way I wear. So wear what I wear. And go to fishsportsnetwork.com and get yourself some goods. Item. Jim Laws, happy Friday. My family is here. Yeah, we have developed this, and I'm so proud of you guys for doing what you do. 44 by midnight tonight. 44,000 of us. If you'll just go, listen, this isn't that hard. If 100 of you will go tell 100 of your friends, then we're virtually there. Let's get to 44,000 by midnight tonight. Here's a $4.99 pitch in by Bill Matrinko, one of my best friends. $4.99. Bill, I'm sick of hearing about the 49ers being a bully team. Did everyone forget about our defense? Time to rise to the occasion. Bill, I'm glad you got your comment in. This is, and Brad Sham did this on Twitter today. He might have been doing it with Sean Shreve. This idea that the 49ers are a bully and the Cowboys are a finesse. You know who says that? You know who says that? People who never played football. Lynn Swann of the Steelers was one of the most gorgeous football performers ever. It was ballet. But he was also a bad man. And since he was doing ballet, why weren't the Steelers finesse? I'll tell you why. Because NFL Films and some sports writer decided that Jack Lambert, looking with no teeth, looking like Dracula, meant we're mean. They said, the steel curtain, the football team reflects the city. No, it doesn't. They're just football players. They don't have anything to do with the city. The Dallas Cowboys, glitz and glamour. No, that's the marketing. The football isn't glitz and glamour. The football is football. If you think the Cowboys are a finesse team, I challenge you. Go tell that. Let's sit down for a cup of coffee with Zach Martin. Go, Zach, you know what I've thought about you, watching you over the course of your brilliant career. You're kind of a finesse. It's so stupid. Why are we so stupid? The 49ers aren't a bully. Ironically, the 49ers used to be called a finesse team. Why? Because their best players were skill guys. That's all. Joe Montana was a skill guy. Jerry Rice was a skill guy. Those were the two best players. And since they weren't bullies, since they weighed 200 pounds, people called them finesse. There is no such thing as a finesse football team. There's never been created a finesse football team. Not Roger. You think Roger Staubach is a finesse? Roger Staubach was a bad man. What are you talking about? $19.99 pitch-in from Original Man Concepts / Diatribe. And if you pitch in $19.99 as Original Man Concepts / Diatribe did, I'm going to read your entire title. The Niners didn't invent bully ball. Every week somebody gets bullied. It's football. Right. I block you. If I win, I'm the bully. If I'm trying to block you and you knock me aside, you're the bully. It's football. There is no ballet. Not really. There's brilliant athleticism within 22 people trying to all bully each other. Honestly, if you see a sports writer say, well, you know, they're a bit of a finesse squad, you should unfollow him. Randy Hoffman, maybe the driving force of the Bree Fund. Randy Hoffman pitches in $20, and I know what happens. 44 other thousand people go, well, if Randy Hoffman's going to pitch in $20, I guess I should pitch in $5. And inevitably you do, and it's really appreciated. Randy Hoffman, if the Cowboys don't get turnovers, will they still win? Marcia will be she'll be late tonight, says Randy. She's over at Ruth Chris Steakhouse with me. You son of a bitch. Why does Ruth, why is everything so possessive over at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse? How many people own this thing? Can't Ruth just own the steakhouse? Can't Chris just own the steakhouse? Does Ruth own Chris? If Dak Prescott plays at his very best and Jimmy G plays at his very best, the Cowboys will win. Because Dak Prescott at his very best won't have giveaways, and the Dallas defense at its very best will have takeaways if they're at their very best. I give you a Dak Prescott stat that is going to astound you. Look at his numbers. Yards, percentage, touchdowns. Guess who they're the exact same as? Aaron Rodgers. The exact same. Aaron Rodgers, I think, threw 4 interceptions. Dak threw 10. Okay, but it's like 37-10 is the touchdown to interception ratio for Dak, something like that. It's magnificent. But Aaron Rodgers, 37 or whatever it was to 4. But otherwise, they are the exact same players statistically. I know I'm not trying to dismiss the extra 6 interceptions. I'm just saying you get one ball right, you get a ball bouncing off a guy's chest, you get one ball deflected, and the next thing you know, Aaron Rodgers wins the MVP, and some dipshit thinks Dak Prescott sucks. That's what I'm saying. Gino Pena is holding with hope. Hello, Fish and Cowboy family. Gino is one of the many who's an Uncle Fish premium subscriber. You pitch $1.99 into the Uncle Fish pot, and the next thing you know, you get treated special. Gino says, I keep hearing Debo's going to be the reason Dallas loses, but I don't see Debo getting 400 yards out of his own. What you're going to see Debo do is try to help, even though he's a wide receiver who plays running back, who can run inside, he will try to own the edge, and their tackles try to own the edge. Tank Lawrence's response to this is they will try to attack the edge offensively, and our job, and we're good at it, is to set the edge. Now, the Cowboys' run defense has not this year always been outstanding at that, but maybe every team has their ups and downs. That might be the boldest thing that Tank said all week, and Tank usually said some bold things. Usually Tank is out in front, saying things that his teammates find themselves having to back up. I don't know that he did that this week, and I'm fine with that, but we will set the edge is a Tank prediction. Now you just got to have it come true. Kelly, we needed to beat the Chiefs and we needed to beat the Cardinals. I'm not sure where we're going here. The first thing you needed to do was make the playoffs. If you want to be a good team, that's the first thing you do is make the playoffs. The second thing you needed to do, well, you know what? Okay, it's 3 things. The first thing you needed to do is make the playoffs. Done. The second goal that you have is to win the division. Done. The third goal you have is to open at home. Home playoff game. Done. Now, you did not accomplish number 1 seed. Didn't get that one. And the other things you have yet to accomplish. Win a playoff game. That'd be nice. But Callie, you're singling out some game that you didn't win that is 2 months ago. The Cardinals game was important because it's in the NFC. It was at home. It was against a team that you might play in the playoffs, and it could have made a gigantic difference in seeding. But you're pulling some game out of your ass from 2 months ago. Why was that critical? Who says? Jaime Segura, we need to stack the box and make Jimmy G beat us. I think that's sound. Remembering that on the other end is Kittle and Debo. I don't think Jimmy G will beat you. So I agree with your sound strategy. Longy 04 with a $5 pitch in. Fish, how big is this offensive line? How big is it that it's healthy and finally together as a whole unit? I think it's enormous. This is another one of those things where if everybody plays at their best, if Tyron Smith plays at his best, there is not a better tackle in the game. If Zach Martin plays at his best, there is not a better guard in the game. If LC plays to his full potential, which he doesn't do often enough for many of us critics, if he plays at his full potential one time, he's the best other tackle in football. For real. That means you have 3 blue chip guys who will have practiced together now. Longy, as you're pointing out, they'll practice together for almost 2 weeks. There will be continuity. There will be bonding. And there will be talent. And while Nick Bosa says, oh, I don't know. I'm looking at them on film. They're definitely beatable. And he's talking about the tackles. Well, I mean, we're all beatable. Even I'm beatable. But not very often. So, yeah, will Nick Bosa ever beat Lyle Collins? Sure he will. The tough challenge for the offensive lineman is you can have 62 snaps against Nick Bosa and win 60 of them. And if you lose 2 and he gets 2 sacks, he's going to the Pro Bowl. I like the Cowboys' chances to have the offensive line win its battles, win its group battles. I like their chances because, again, I keep going back to this. The teams that play, if you play at your highest peak, and if I play at my highest peak and you play at your highest peak, who's going to win? Good. Then let's go achieve our highest picks and I'll win. R.H. Lewis, 499 pitching. Fish, you should trademark straight dope, no BULLSH. And fish out. You know, I need to get my legal team, Marsha, on that. That's probably a good idea, R.H. Lewis, because if we can get 44,000 followers in 6 months, I work on the assumption that in the next 6 months, we're going to have 1 trillion followers. And then everybody in this country is going to be saying, fish out. Right? Right. Scotty Laxton, good evening, Fish. 48 hours till we shut some red and gold mouths. Jerry Jones was on 105.3 The Fan today talking about this concept that red's going to take over. And he goes, I'm paraphrasing, don't worry about the color. Worry about the percentage. If there's a sea of white, if there's 100 people with white shirts and white towels, and there's 30 of them with red, yes, the 30 people will stand out. It's true. Red stands out in a sea of white. But there's 70 people wearing white. Why did the 30 beat the 70? Because they have louder uniforms? It's ridiculous. And by the way, wonk, wonk. Who cares? Who cares if a 49ers fan buys a ticket? I don't care. Let him buy a ticket. That shouldn't have any impact on whether or not Dak Prescott throws a touchdown pass. Right? Jeez. Peyton Bowers, hi, Fish. Hello to you. Callie, play calling's a worry. No, it's not. Callie, you're going too far. Why is Cowboy play calling a worry? Dan Quinn's a bad play caller? He is? Come on. Take a chill pill. Callie guy, I love you. You're going nuts. You need to sit back. Sit back. Oh man, fill in the blank. I'm glad you got to this. Cowboy hating ESPN radio guy in Houston. I don't know anything about that. Asking on the radio today if McCarthy loses his job if Dallas loses this weekend. Thank you, fill in the blank, for leading me there. We wrote about this on cowboyssi.com. I know that many of you have already gone there and read it because I looked at the numbers on it. 58,000 people have read that story today. There's people in my business that I do not respect. There's people in my business that I do respect. Albert Breer is good at his job, works at Sports Illustrated. He's basically right down the hall from me, kind of. But I don't know anything about the Houston radio guy, and I don't care. The Houston radio guy is unlikely to be plugged into what the Joneses are thinking. But Albert Breer actually wrote that Mike McCarthy might get fired if they lose. I'm going to do more on this over the weekend. We need to sit down. I might do Fish at 6 on a Saturday. This has me so fired up. With all due respect to Albert Breer and the Houston radio guy, I don't know who it is. I'm sure he's great. The Houston radio guy almost certainly has no idea. Albert Breer does have some idea. And before I could call a certain somebody on that Albert Breer story, MMQB, suggesting that Mike McCarthy could get fired if the Cowboys lose, a certain somebody called me. And I quote, I softened the quote a little bit in my article, which is on Sports Illustrated. He said, "That's the most asinine thing that Sports Illustrated's ever written." Now, I am in a business where we better CYA a little bit. So you better leave a little room. I mean, is there a when pigs fly circumstance under which Mike McCarthy gets fired? I mean, yes, there is. The Cowboys lose 100-0. Jerry goes in the locker room and says to McCarthy, "What the hell was that?" And McCarthy says, "Screw you, Jones. Get out of my life." Yes, that would be a circumstance in which Mike McCarthy could get fired. So short of something absurd, and I say this as gently as I can because I have respect for Breer, you can't write that. You can't write, well, I think it could. Yeah, I mean, I could say, you can't write that. You can't put that in print. Albert, you're too good for that. Forget the part about we're messing with people's lives, which matters to me. That factors in for me. But you shot yourself in the forehead with a credibility gun by suggesting that this is a real thing. Here's what the guy told me. He goes, "You think Jerry's..." Forget whether or not Jerry told that to a reporter, which he didn't. You think Jerry really's thinking that? On the eve of the Cowboys playoff game? First playoff game since 2018, right? At home. 105,000 people. Trying to win a Super Bowl and get there step by step with a coach he just hired who's done terrific work. I know that we don't like his clock management. Newsflash, we don't like anybody's clock management in the NFL. They all suck. They all struggle at it. Be fair. Do we not like him because he's a Northerner, or he's a Packer, or he's a Pittsburgher? I don't know. Be fair. That's not fair. There is 0% chance that Jerry has not only said that, there's 0% chance he's thought it. Deke Applegate pitches in $4.99. Trademarks and copyrights. 50-50 lightweight tees. Cowboys are healthy and ready. Deke, I need you to be my advisor on, I need a trademark, straight dope, no bullsh, and fish out before some Steeler steals it. Jordan, can't underestimate either one of these teams. They're both here. In fact, that even almost goes for the Eagles. And this is why I'm saying, boy, Fish, I'm nervous. Good. You should be nervous. That's fun. Nervous is fun. We're going to go out and play the worst team in football, and they're missing that, and we're going to beat them by 4. We all know we're going to beat them by 30. That's a different kind of fun. Don Hardy. Fish, it's a classy move to thump Jimmy's thumb. I mentioned this the other night. I did get some negative heat. So I'm going to make this a hockey thing. I'm going to help us out. This is very commonplace in hockey. So much so that the last time I checked, maybe they changed the rules. You know how, probably for the gamblers, you have to announce, just like in the NFL, an injury list. By the way, Cowboys injury list today, except for Keanu O'Neal, clean. As the little tiny lady in Poltergeist said, this house is clean. The Cowboys' house is clean. So in hockey, if you got in the NHL, if your wrist hurts and it needs to be on the injury report, teams will say, instead of saying his left wrist hurts, they'll say his right shoulder hurts. Why? Because the other team is hitting you with a stick wherever your injury is. And so if I tell them it's over here, they'll hit me with a stick. So I just tell them, oh, it's my right hip. Then they hit me on the right hip with my stick, and it doesn't hurt. So the answer is yes, Don Hardy. Boxing. I hit you in the eye. Now your eye's bleeding. Guess where I'm hitting you next? I'm sorry. So yes, if there was some conscious physical way for Tank Lawrence or Randy Gregory or Neville Gallimore or Michael Parsons to control their body motion so they could pressure Jimmy legally, hit him cleanly, and somehow have their helmet hit his thumb, the answer, sir, is a polite yes. Robert Bass is an Uncle Fish premium subscriber. Fish, Dak is the X factor. As we established last night, I don't even know what an X factor means, but you guys did teach me. X factor means the most likely powerful thing to make a difference. And so, yeah, that would make every quarterback, every team's X factor. Boxcar, will Zeke have a 100-yard game this playoff season? Unlikely, but that's okay. Ed Quinn says, using that same NHL concept, my mother-in-law has it solved. She just hits me with a stick all over my body and finds it. Carlos Rice, Fish is the head coach. I coached middle school level football when I was a young man. MG, Trent Williams is a mauler. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. So I got to figure out what am I doing with Randy? What am I doing with Tank against Trent Williams, who, by the way, was a full participant today. So he's good. JV Segura, do the refs have it out for the Cowboys? They do not. Preposterous. Put that out of your mind. You want to be nervous about something? Be nervous about the teams. Don't be nervous about the refs. I see, and I appreciate the homework being done. Joe Blow is refereeing this game. The home team when Joe refs this year is 3-2. So what? Show me that Joe Blow, when he refs over the course of 5 years, that the home team is 30-0. And now I super care. Lonnie, he says Trent is still hurting. Trent Williams was a full participant in practice today. I just give you want to give me your opinion? Bring it. I'm just giving you facts. Frank, Pollard will have 100 yards in this game? Big D, I heard we're getting the crew that did the Washington game. I don't care. Unless you can show me a stat. Oh, this group is the number 4 group in throwing flags. So, what does that mean? Doesn't mean anything. Somebody's got to be the number 4 team in throwing flags. Let me ask you a question. Is it better to have a referee crew that throws the 5th most flags or the 5th least flags? Which is better? What if the other team's guilty of holding? Don't you want him to throw a flag? So stupid. My phone is dinging off the hook, and so is my ding. So to the mock game. It's a variation of what Jason Garrett used to just call a walkthrough, the pregame walkthrough. It's the installation of the game plan. It's standing in the right place. Glenn Shook is an Uncle Fish premium subscriber going, fish out? What? Well, you don't know what it is? Oh my gosh. You are in for a treat. So it's the installation of the game, the final installation of the game plan, and it's our 11 against your 11. You stand in where we stand, where we're going to do. We run our plays. Here's our first 15 plays. You're going to be there. You're going to be there, and we kind of jog through it. Defense, let's do the same thing. Let's do your 11 guys. Okay, substitution. It's a walking scrimmage, and it's critical to their preparation. And they come away from that feeling good. I need to get better, more tolerant of people that just want to argue. I've said many times that the reason I just on Twitter, I put my stories, I put my content. On Facebook, I put my content. I don't argue with anybody on Facebook. Trump, Obama, I care, but you don't care what I care about, so I don't care. If you guys want to argue with me that Trent Williams is secretly not going to play or be ineffective, you just go argue with your cat. Trent Williams has an elbow issue. Okay. He did not practice on Wednesday. Dink. He was limited on Thursday. Dink. He was a full participant today. Dink. I 100% guarantee you the Cowboys are assuming that Trent Williams plays and plays well. Can't top that. Longy, Schultz, and Jarwin are X factors. Not according to the meaning of X factor, Longy, because X factor means the most important formula changing factor. And that the backup tight end would not be the most important formula changing factor. I just ruined the whole concept of the X factor because the quarterback is always the X factor. Every single game, every single time, forever and ever and ever. So that's the end of that fun. It's Kittle this and it's Kittle that. That's what Curse said today. The cat's kind of out of the bag. We talked about this on Monday. That's central to the strategy. Put that guy on that guy. Not all by himself, not 60 plays, central to the strategy. George Kittle, in football terms, is a household name. Jaron Curse, I've been pronouncing his name wrong for 5 years. So I guess he's not a household name. Could get there, though. Could get there. Paula, Uncle Fish Premium subscriber. Better strategy would be to try to knock the ball out of that Jimmy G four-fingered hand. Absolutely. And while you're at it, hit him on the thumb. Tool worker. Wow, Fish, that's genius insight on your part. Not what the hell are you talking about? See, tool worker, you got to understand something. There's 44,000 people here commenting. And for you to say, oh, Fish, I disagree with that, and expect me to react to it when I don't. I just did 40 minutes of Cowboy content. You want me to pluck your needle out of that haystack? Double star. When Emmett separated his shoulder, you can bet the Giants players put a little extra oomph on that in the 1993 shoulder game. I buy it. I buy that. It's logical. It's what you do. It's boxing. If you do it in hockey and you do it in boxing, listen, how about offensive line versus defensive line? They will find out if a couple of you guys are right. If Trent Williams really has a bad elbow, they'll find out because somebody's going to go test his elbow. Sports. Lefty CDG. I bleed blue and silver by Sundays. Yeah, and I hope you don't make a mess in the living room. I hope we keep it clean and things go well for you. Turnt. Zeke needs to step it up. Zeke is a highly effective football player, but that summer plan for him to be a zigzaggy guy, the knee has taken that away a little bit. It'd be fun to have it back. Be fun to have it back. Pollard, by the way, I mean, is his foot healed? I don't know. Is he practicing like his foot is healed? Yes. Turnt, Zeke is done after this season. Turnt, you don't understand the salary cap, and you may or may not understand football. Stop it. You don't know what you're talking about. With all due respect. Turnt, Zeke needs to be traded. All right, Turnt, you must be new here. I don't mind trolling, but it's got to be clever. And even if it's clever, I do mind trolling if it's repetitive. A guy did this last night and I didn't catch it. Jim Laws is such a nice guy. We let it go. Don't come on here and put the same message on there 500 times. You're embarrassing yourself in front of America. Vinny, where's Zeke's burst? In the ligament in his knee. That's not right. You dig? Frank, Pollard will have 100 yards. That is not a good bet, but wouldn't that be great? Robert Bass, Uncle Fish Premium Subscriber. Randy's got the bend around Trent. We'll see which side, which guys line up on, and how often. Tool worker, you don't know the facts. About what? I just broke something. What did I break? Oh, my ring. Oh, my gosh. Tool worker, look what you did to me. This is my wedding ring, and you made me bang it in anger, and I broke my wedding ring. You son of a bitch. Oh, my God. Something went flying. I'm like, I don't have a glass here. That's my wedding ring, tool worker. Now look what you've done. Look what I'm stuck with now. Marcia, tool worker broke my wedding ring. And I'm not kidding.
Who did what?
Tool worker is saying such stupid things that it made me bang my hand on the counter and my ring broke.
Oh,
and a piece of it went flying.
Oh, tool worker, you're in trouble and you owe us some.
You owe me a ring. You owe me a wedding ring, tool worker. What's it called? What's it called?
He's a tool for sure.
You are a tool.
Is he still on there? Get him off.
What-
Somebody ban him.
What's it made? It's made of tungsten, right?
Tons or I don't know. Yeah.
And it's got diamonds in it.
Well,
That's
maybe-
heartbreaking.
Maybe you're
Well, maybe I should say fish out.
yeah. I mean, super glue isn't gonna help.
I'm not going to super glue a $1 billion ring. J-Dub, Fish, my 4-month-old daughter is already a fan of yours.
Yay!
Well, then I should watch my mouth. She lights up and
Did you do
giggles when she
that?
sees you on our TV for our nightly straight dope sessions. Give a shout out to my little Nora.
Oh, hi, Nora.
Love you. You want Marcia to say hi to Nora too? Come here, Marcia. Say hi to Nora. Won't that? Because Nora probably is a little scared of me, but let's comfort Nora.
Where is she? Oh, we can't see her, can we?
No,
No. Hi.
she's at J-Dub's house.
Where do you see that?
J-Dub.
Oh, J-Dub. Okay.
Oh, and then the other guy that pissed me off was Turnt because he keeps putting the same thing, which is illegal. We have rules.
Oh, yeah. Turnt.
There he is again.
with his all caps. Ding dong.
We don't. There he is again.
Get him off. You have the power.
Jim Laws. There he is again. 2 more times. Jim Laws has the power. I've granted great power to Jim Laws. Are we having a date night tonight or not? We're not having that kind of date night, but are we having that kind of date night?
What? I think you've broken our
vows.
You've broken the sacred circle of whatever.
Oh my God.
How will I ever trust you when you don't have a wedding ring to wear around town?
Oh no!
That's the first time.
Can't be trusted.
That is the first time in 10 years that ring's ever been off my hand.
Well, why don't have you ever told the story of the other time that it came off your hand?
Okay, so I was at Richie Witt's swimming pool, and we're playing volleyball, and we're taking it way too seriously. And it probably was a drink involved.
Oh,
And
yeah.
didn't it happen to me and Boatwright?
No, it was you and Armin.
Oh, Armin Williams, the great Armin Williams.
Yeah.
So we're both a slinging and a slanging, a banging and a banging. And then we got done and both looked at our hand, and somewhere in the slinging and slanging,
Both rings.
both of our wedding rings had gone flying off our hands and into the
alley or the other people's yards or something, and they were never to be seen again. So this is wedding ring number 2. So guess what we're doing tomorrow?
Well, I'm going to get wedding ring number 3, which seems appropriate since that's as many weddings as I've had. Fish out.